Kiss Me on Monday. From beautiful uptown Burbank, Harmontown is now in session. Please welcome to the stage your game master extraordinaire, Spencer Crittenden. What you got in that bag? Also, your mayor of Harmontown, you know him. His name is Dan Harmon.
Yo, rapping to the flow, rapping to the beat, rapping all night, gonna eat some meat, then some veggies, what can I say, I like a full plate all day, my name's Mr. Eating, I'm made of a mouth and a stomach, I like to eat things with the former, and swallow them down to the latter. Fucked your mom so hard that her pussy turned into pancake batter. Put it in a pan, turned it into discs, ate it down with a swish of red wine. Cause I'm a functional alcoholic. In the morning, I'm calling you. For brunch, for a lady or two. Mimosas? Yeah. Samosas? No. That's Indian. Alright. Welcome to Harmontown.
Is it me, Dan, or are you getting better at freestyle? I think you're finding your flow.
I think I'm getting worse at freestyle. I think I'm getting better at focusing in on the 90 words that rhyme with each other.
Well, maybe Eminem feels the same way.
No, he doesn't, because he'll say, "Stole your mama's Acura, wrecked it, gave it back to her." You don't know that Acura rhymes with "back to her" unless you're a true rapper. Like I'm just thinking. I just learned to stay away from the word.
Just not in a tempo, but just rhyme. Be Eminem for a minute and just try to freestyle rhymes for Acura that are kind of loosely rhyming. Like
I don't know. It's Scott Bakula.
Yeah,
that's great.
Sure, guys. Sure. I mean, obviously.
So you can do it. Like you have that muscle too.
Now let's hit that beat again.
Yeah, put that beat back.
Let's put that fire.
And now just let it like.
So just be phonetic. Just think phonetically.
Yeah.
We'll just do better.
Don't
just
be
real good
to true rhymes.
So you guys, you have my best interest at heart,
absolutely.
Right? Like this isn't some kind of sideshow.
Don't be paranoid.
No, that's not true at all.
I'm supporting you right now.
In order for me to be better at what I do and to feel better about myself, you guys want me to just do another rap.
No.
Don't.
We're trying to ruin you. We're trying to destroy your career tonight through rap.
Spencer and I have been waiting 3.5 years for this very moment to take you down.
Tonight is the night.
Let's just joke. Come on, give me a beat. Yo, whoa, go, yo, up and down, the snow blow. Yo, snow blower in the driveway, gonna fuck your mama, gonna do it the right way. See, I can't.
Yeah, you did it. Driveway in the right way.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
That's doing it? That's the same thing I was doing before. It's the same thing I was doing before.
But you said Acura and Scott Bakula. Driveway, right way.
We got a big show tonight. We got a lot of guests. We got a lot of old friends. We got better shit to do than to fuck with me.
No one's fucking with you, Dan. We're here to support you.
Maybe I've been drinking. One of the only topic that I have to address tonight is I want to talk about prostate massage.
Thank God.
So if you think that we can get through everything else we have to do tonight and still address it,
we should maybe cancel D&D.
Why don't we get that out of the way? Let's leave
room.
with prostate massage, and then we'll bring our guests up.
We're going to need a lot of time for this, I think.
Are you saying, do we want the guests on stage for this prostate massage conversation?
Well, I guess let's bring up Rob Schraub.
Rob Schraub!
I'm not saying he's the prostate massage of guests or that he's an expert in it.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
We got beard growing Schraub. Always a pleasure.
This is my Logan phase.
Like it. Jealous of its lustrousness.
What phase is Jeff going through? You got a haircut.
Yeah, I'm going through my haircut phase.
You're in a Guy Pearce
yes.
phase.
I'm going through my LA Confidential, like 5 and under phase.
All right. Well, if you're a fan of mine, and you are, one of the things that you know about me is that once in the late 90s, I experimented, having heard about the stimulation of the prostate as a extra option at the country buffet of jerking off. I took a Sharpie pen and put the non-cap end up my rectum while jerking off, which I usually do on my knees anyway. So I was kneeling on a pen and kind of like moving it around, and it did feel a little extra good. And I came the way I usually do through my penis. And then that was the last time I did it, because then I had come and I was kneeling on my bed with a pen up my ass, and I had to pull it out.
Was there a mirror in front of you?
No,
okay.
That's not something that I think would ever add for me to the sexual experience.
Well, I don't think you would put it there on purpose.
There I am. There you are, Airwolf. But so I always thought of it like, okay, guys have assholes.
Yeah.
Women have assholes.
True.
Everyone has an asshole. And that guys, because they're homophobic.
Assholes are Mars, vaginas are Venus, I think.
That guys, because they're homophobic, we just associate. We've been socialized to not be like, what are you doing with my butthole? And then other people would be like, no, there's just as many nerve endings up there as there is in the outside of your dick or the pussy. Yeah. Like whatever. It's all science, and I've been content to be like, yeah, I'm not interested in anal things or anything, but so here I just typed it in, and I don't know why. Because I remember a conversation with a friend of mine.
Me.
That was the first prostate conversation I ever had was with Schraub. So put a pin in that.
I'll put a Sharpie in that.
I remember a writer on one of my Empire's shows going like, well, have you ever had your prostate milked? And I went, no. And he's like, yeah, I did that with so-and-so, his girlfriend. And so they, and then he described this thing, and it was like, you said prostate milked, so I'm just going to support you, and I'll think about it later. So then I Googled it. So your prostate is first of all, women don't have them. Did you know that?
No. Yeah, I did.
Just found that out.
Pretty sure.
I guess I figured that in my head.
They don't die of prostate cancer.
They never do.
Well, you know what the prostate does, right?
It does. It's the muscle. It's the pump on the aquarium. It puts the pee out. It releases for the pee to come out, and then it pumps a third of your. It does the whole pumping motion of everything that makes everything go out.
Does it
it also provides as a gland a third of the total
seminal
ingredients of seminal fluid.
Hell yeah!
So apparently the prostate,
but
it builds shit up. But I don't know if these are websites that are just selling
spamware,
anal tools. And dressing the whole, because they're all kind of GeoCities looking, and there's like a GIF of a nurse like going like, yeah, this is important for you.
Are these sponsored ads that you're reading? Like,
I don't know how I got. I think I typed prostate milking into Google, and then I started surfing, as the kids call it,
image search
on the reg. And what the people that would, but granted, keep in mind these are people who are selling you things that you put in your butt, so they want you to put something in your butt. I don't know. They might be on the side of.
It's in their best interest that you
put something in your
right.
butt.
Okay.
So
this thing is run by big butt stuff.
Big butt stuff.
But apparently, when I put the Sharpie in my butt, I wasn't doing it right, because you can go to Reddits where people are talking about the prostate orgasm, like the milky prostate. Like you put something in your butt.
Right.
And you wiggle it around the right way. You massage the prostate from the inside of your butthole. And eventually you'll have almost to a guy what feels like an involuntary shuddering orgasm.
Right.
That has nothing to do with when you do the other thing.
Yeah.
It's like a different thing where you're like, whoa! And there's like an earthquake. And then there's guys on subreddits going like, trust me. Like, I get it. You don't want to put a thing in your butt. But guys, and I just am 45 years old, and I just encountered it.
Should we make podcast history right now?
Well, I think we'll make podcast history next week.
When you said earlier that when you put the Sharpie in your butt, did you? And you said you did it wrong.
Well,
What's the right way to stick a Sharpie in your
Right, that's
butt?
what I was pushing back against. You did it just fine. Don't worry.
Well, no, I did everything.
As long as you didn't hurt
everyone
yourself.
that does something does
Well,
something
you
just fine.
came,
I'm
didn't
saying
you?
The Sharpie wasn't designed to milk your prostate.
when guys are talking about putting stuff in their butts, they're not just saying, "Oh, there's a hole there that feels good when you stick stuff in it." That there's also a thing. There's a G spot in there.
But let's not
It's the
rush too
prostate.
quickly past.
You can like rub what?
It's great to put stuff in your butt.
Sure.
Everyone loves it.
It's great to put stuff in your ear too.
You don't
Sometimes
need to
you're not
milk
supposed
nothing. To just shove a
It's
bunch of
great
shit
to
up
let
your
your
ass.
cat outside. But you're not supposed
Everyone's
to do
loving
that.
It's great to have a milkshake for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
What is this,
you might be
Russia?
going through some shit.
I had ice cream and apple pie for breakfast.
Oh boy.
What if that was the end of the podcast? We just actually, it was the first
It would be
11
great
minute
if we had
podcast.
credits to roll.
It's the end of
Rob, are you
podcasting.
lying, or did you really have that?
No, I ate it.
Why would he make that up and then do
No.
that mic drop?
Both. I could like vegan ice cream and vegan cake. Both gotten from Whole Foods, where they sell the whole food. Like if you wanted to get 2% of milk, they would just give you the whole milk. If you wanted to get half a sandwich, they would say no. You have to take the whole sandwich. If you wanted to have, like
What if
like Reese's Pieces? No, they said you have to have the whole Reese. This is Whole Foods. We don't have pieces or halves or 2% of anything here. You want grapes? Sure.
That's the gimmick of the store, is that their
It's a
only milk is
whole-
100% milk.
Yeah, it's the Whole Food.
So if let's say I walked into Whole Foods and said I need some half and half. Well,
No, go across the
Tell
street.
you what, you can have 2 gallons of it, and you can mix them together.
Yeah, in 1 gallon, because we're going to give you
wait,
the
so
whole
I have
milk.
to take one half. Can I buy the one half of the one part of it and the other half of the other part of it?
I'll have to talk to my manager.
Yeah.
It sounds like
But
what
it's
you're
highly
pitching
unorthodox.
It's called being a fur trapper. That's what the store would become. It would become a trading post where a guy draped in fur was like, "What do you want? You want a cow udder filled with everything milk has in it before you remove some? Or would you like a shoe made out of a log?" Because a shoe is, what is that? That's just a pared down log. Your plan is bullshit. Whatever you want, you can't have it. It's not how it works. So they say the prostate is like a plum-sized, like, growth.
A plum?
Well, not a
big.
growth. I don't think of it. It's like a plum. They say it's like the size of a plum. That if you put something in your butt, like a finger, like your own finger, you can reach up toward your belly button and you can feel something the size of a plum.
I'm sure you could feel all sorts of stuff.
And they say don't rub the middle of it. Don't rub the middle of it.
Don't rub the middle of it?
Rub
hates
each
that.
clove. Rub each like
Wait, just clove
hemisphere.
Each clove.
Yeah, like don't rub the middle. The middle hurts more than it does anything.
It's got lobes.
Wow.
The idea is that you get your prostate. It's more than a muscle.
Wow.
It's like a factory. It's making a third of your cum.
It's mostly a factor. I'm surprised, the way that you know it as this urine pump is very strange to me.
I don't want to use this card, but I grew up in the 80s,
Right?
brother.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's interesting. It's always interesting to
All
bump
we
up
had
against
to
that.
know, Spencer, when I was your age, you know what we had to know? Who
What?
forms the head in Voltron? That's what we had to know.
Yeah.
Who forms the head in Voltron?
Yeah.
The yellow lion, probably.
No,
Well, whatever. Why don't you shoot up a school?
I thought of it.
All right. Well, why don't the rest of you put it on the comment card?
Okay,
They
all
probably
right.
will. No,
All
that's
right.
good.
I was saying that his generation. You can't say that came out of me. I was accusing him of it.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the Christopher Columbus of prostate massage?
Well, so
Did
remember
you-
you told me
You got to try
that
it.
that when you rub your taint,
You taint, yeah.
it like what? It does what? Now I just do it. I've been doing
it's all just great.
25
it's
years
fun.
of coming, and now my hand goes there because Rob Schraub told me something once.
Please don't be thinking about that while you're doing it. Oh, yeah. Schraub.
I also think of Schraub advice when I'm masturbating.
I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it in
I have one story about this, but I can't. I feel weird telling it because church is sitting right there.
Don't say it.
Yeah, it's like
she's not listening.
Church, do you want to step outside?
No, church didn't do it. This is like from when I was 19.
Oh, to be clear, I didn't think the church did it.
Yeah. There was a girl when I was like 22 who got right up in there with her finger and did something. I don't know what she did. I couldn't describe if there was lobes or cloves or whatever the flim flam. But all I know is I came for 3 days like in a laser beam.
Wait, for 3 days?
No,
she probably touched
it was
in the
not
middle.
like a regular pulsing guy orgasm. It was just like it was just this the Death Star blowing up Alderaan. It was this giant focused beam of orgasm, and she went up there and found this like magic button up my butthole.
Up there.
Well, I never knew there were different things. Go ahead. Look, you seem exasperated, which is insane.
Yeah, Jeff, you really that story really put Schraub out.
I was holding my breath for a while and I breathed.
You want to talk.
No, I didn't. I had nothing to say.
All right. Well,
what am I doing wrong, Dan? How would you want me to sit differently?
Jeff was talking
Do you want me
about...
to change the lighting? What am I doing wrong? How can
Dan.
I make you happy?
Seemed crazy. You were acting crazy. You were like gasping. No, I'm not even. He was like I don't know. He was like, this is not how prostate touching should be, and I'm about to explain what it should be.
Right. Well, okay. Thank you. Then I'm sorry I threw you under the bus and pretended you were a clone.
I'm not a.
Yeah, I
mind.
picked up that signal from him too. I thought that he had something to say about it.
Yeah.
No.
How much stuff have you ever put in your butt?
At the same time.
To what effect?
To what effect? Well, I told you about the time when the doctor put the thing on my butt when I was asleep, and I woke up in the middle of it.
They were making fun of you.
They weren't. I pretended to be asleep though.
But it's because they were making fun.
No, I was pretending to.
You heard him,
Dan. You're misremembering. I pretended to be asleep so I could find out if they were making fun of me.
And they never did.
They never did. But then somebody sent, like all of us, like, hey, man records on his phone the doctor's making fun of him while he's asleep.
So
and sticking
three Rob Schraub stories back to back. As I was like, this is for the people who haven't just finished listening to 350 episodes in a row. Like, I'm gonna go fast for you guys, but if this is your first time here and you're going,
pretend there's a snowstorm.
Why Rob Schraub? Here's the three best Rob Schraub stories in the world.
Clip show.
First one is Schraub. There was a wait. Well, let's start with that one so that people don't think I'm insane. We were just saying, like, you're leaving me hanging. Okay, all right.
I don't know where we're going.
All right.
You're pointing, and I don't know what that means.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. But Schraub, so there's this song called Space Oddity. Was that the 80s song? Come in, Major Tom. Are you receiving?
No, that's
Major Tom.
That's a different song.
Or no, not Space Oddity. It's the other. It's called like Major Tom or something.
4, 3, 2, 1.
What's that called?
Yeah.
I've told this story before. So there's a verse in the song when the astronaut is like, he's drifting into space. And he goes, and then they go across the stratosphere. The signal comes in, and this is Major Tom communicating to ground control. He goes, "Give my wife my love, then nothing more." And that's the dramatic point where they lose contact with Major Tom. And Schraub thought that was Major Tom saying, "Don't fuck my wife."
Yeah.
Give my
wife my love, not yours, Jeremy.
Give my wife my love, and leave it at that, Kyle.
More. Just give her the message and take her home, okay?
Yeah.
Don't fucking.
And then there's
the
a Diet Coke one that I told 1,000 times, where the guy on the set of Heat, Vision, and Jack, Schraub goes, the medical guy is talking to us, and Schraub goes, God, I'm drinking too much fucking Diet Coke. Like, I got to stop drinking so much Diet Coke. And the medical guy goes, yeah, well, it makes your dick soft. And Schraub goes, really? and the guy's like, well, yeah, studies show that, yeah, it does. It makes your dick soft, just so you know. And Schraub goes, so would you just pour it over it? Or... And it wasn't. I'm not telling stories about funny jokes.
No.
I'm telling stories about where it's like, oh shit,
he lives in a different fucking
you're
world.
You're it up already. He says it makes your dick soft, and I said, you mean like silk?
Yeah, like velvet. Like no, yeah. It said if you just pour it over it, it just become like velvet. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm
sorry. Silk. You're adding velvet and changing the story.
You're right.
Which is softer, you guys think, silk or velvet?
It's fucking silk, man.
I don't know.
Silk.
What was the? But then why did I launch into the? Because there was.
You said you had a third one.
It was a trilogy that you just like. Sorry.
Well,
It's good.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
It's all,
I just think it's funny that after all this time, it turns out if you stick a finger up your ass, you have a different kind of orgasm. It has nothing to do with your other orgasm.
Are you going to explore this at home?
I don't know about that. I'll update my podcast audience as I always have.
Sounds to me that if it was as good as you're claiming to be, you would do it again. You don't know?
No, I'm saying like when I did it with the Sharpie, I didn't do it. I didn't do the thing.
I thought you said you just recently.
No, I didn't do. No, I was reading about it.
Go to the pleasure chest in West Hollywood and go into the toy room and talk to the people that work there and say, "Hey, I've heard about this prostate thing for a gentleman. What's the story on that?" And they will walk you into a little chamber of or down an aisle, and they go, "This is the stuff that you or your partner can put up your butthole, and it's going to make you come different."
Jeff, I don't want to cut you off there, but if we're going to talk to anybody about this, we should bring up DeMorge Brown.
DeMorge Brown knows about butt stuff.
Oh, yeah.
DeMorge Brown for the butt stuff segment.
It's time to go deep.
First, let's just talk about the world's greatest intros throughout history.
Okay.
Jesus entering on a donkey. Palm Sunday, right?
That was a good intro.
Elvis parachuting into the Rose Bowl.
DeMorge Brown being announced on Harmontown
in association with anal stimulation.
Darth Vader coming through the door in A New Hope.
DeMorge,
that's all of them.
Any booty fun stories for us, or
only that things that I've heard. That's about it.
What have you heard, DeMorge?
Yeah, that's probably planned.
I'd rather hear what you've heard than because it's only going to get better if you go like, well, I heard a rumor. Good.
I don't. I mean, yeah, I have friends, and they it comes up in conversation. And they talk about it, and I kind of just sit there and go, I have no idea what you're talking about. But then they spill their guts, and
name one gut spilled.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to work like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Just tell us. You don't have to tell us about the. Just tell
it's a real thing as far as I'm concerned.
It's very real.
Craig, tell us the one story that made you go, oh, what, man? When was the last time somebody told you like a butt story that made you go, whoa, what are you talking about, man?
or just tell any story that made you have that reaction. Right. It doesn't have to be about butt stuff. Like any story that made you go, what are you talking about? Whoa.
All right, I get it.
UConn minor, world star sort of thing. There was this story. I think in part was because I was 17, I think, when I heard it. But there was a friend of ours whose older brother went to college, and he came back one Thanksgiving, I think, and had a story about these formal dances where the women would, a guy would ask a girl out or a girl would ask a guy out, depending on whose who was the host of the party. And the idea was you would meet and have wine and cheese and crackers and talk around cocktails and do whatever, and then all hop on a chartered coach to go to a resort somewhere for a big party that involved a dinner with several forks and knives. And
this is a story about butt sex.
This is good.
yeah, it's getting there.
You're
You're doing your job perfectly.
This is
Yeah.
a classier lead up to a butt fun story.
And the Toastmaster
Well,
comes out.
you brought me up here.
No,
you're doing
See,
everything
I-
right.
Everyone fucked up but me.
keep going. Keep going.
So this guy tells us a story, and keep in mind he's like probably 19 talking to 17-year-olds, and he's only talking to me and my friend. He kicked everybody else out of the room. He's like, "This happened to me," and this is I don't know. It's just here's a story, and also made my friend almost sign a blood contract don't tell mom and dad and that kind of stuff. But he said that he went on a date, asked this girl or was asked by this girl to a formal. And he goes to the formal, he gets a nice suit, goes to the party, talks about a bunch of the idiots there that are like sort of trying to chat him up and see if he has the qualities to work in finance or whatever. Older guys are. They all get in a charter. They go to the thing. The girl's very nice. Conversation is awesome.
Sorry, that's our very tone deaf Foley guy.
Gotcha.
He doesn't have an expansive library, and he doesn't have very good timing.
Am I still going with it?
Yeah, there's we're two realities deep where people get on a charter, or is it that it doesn't?
Yeah,
you
this
said
is the story
came
the guy
from
on
a
the
person
boat's
where you had to go on a plane to get to the...
No, not a charter plane, a charter bus. These are college students.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Start over.
But the way you met
No.
the guy that's telling the story is you were on a plane.
No. I'm his little brother's friend, and he
Okay.
comes back from Thanksgiving to tell us the story.
Okay.
That's all it is.
And he's saying...
And so he's kicked everybody out of the room except us at this party, and he's saying, here's the thing, here's what college is like. That was the funny thing about what he was saying. So he was telling the story, and he just said that he went with this girl. They had a great time at dinner. They both got liquored up. They both decided to leave before the charter was going back. Got a taxi or something to take him back, and she takes him back to his room, and they do what people do. They get down, so to speak. And the guy wakes up the next day at daylight, just as a crack of daylight, and realizes that he's covered in excrement.
What?
His entire body, like everything.
Oh boy!
And he doesn't know what to do, so he sort of gently wakes the girl up, and then she sees it. She's, "Oh my God, I have something to tell you, but we got to deal with this first because everybody else has come back after them. They're the only ones awake at this point." And they go through this sort of like horrific Swiss Family Robinson thing of like taking each piece and figuring out a way to get rid of it. The mattress had to go out. There's all this stuff.
Wait a minute. So where did they go? They went back to
her
place. Obviously,
Had sex.
roommates.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a non-linear
Roommates
story.
with
The protagonist also doesn't know what you don't know. You're asking questions that he's going to
me,
answer.
but at the time,
I'm telling
I didn't know.
Schraub to listen right.
Listen,
You got to listen to the story right.
It's a non-linear story.
Yeah, it's
and I was-
non-linear.
It was non-linear, and I was confused. I'm sorry.
It's like Memento.
You just interrupted
It'll make
a
sense.
non-linear
Guillermo
story.
del Toro to go like, "But he's a fish." Like, yeah, let him fucking craft his web.
Oh, we know he's a fish.
All right. Well, the bottom line is this: that everything was cool at the end of it, but they had to. She had to tell him after they got everything settled. They left and went for coffee, and
Now I'm lost.
he's.
I have so many questions.
Well, they
in
had
the
to
Mall
clean
of
up
America.
what he woke up
I have
in.
guys doing it to fuck with Schraub.
Whose poop was it? Was it his or somebody else's?
It was
We're
hers.
about to find out it was
Okay,
her.
yeah,
that's
so
right.
That was
it's-
her. That was like we were
reading
one
ahead,
step
I'm
away
sorry.
from it because she has to tell him that she discovered in high school that she had a natural reaction to specifically what you were talking about, which is that she has this sort of super orgasm, but then her body vents itself. Vents itself. Evacuates itself.
Maybe should have led with that. Maybe should have said, "Hey, just so you know, don't freak out.
I didn't ask to come up here, man.
But if I come, I might shit all over.
I might shit all over you, the bed, the living room.
There's the Foley
You
guy,
might
right on time.
sleep in it too."
I have to get rid of a bed.
George, he was saying the girl should have led with that at the time. He wasn't saying you should have led with that.
I was trying to.
He wasn't
but
giving
I
you a
shouldn't have.
note.
So
I'm a terrible person.
he fucked this chick and she pooped her. She pooped the whole everything. She came so
At
hard
the
that
point where
he
she came so
fucked
hard
the
that
shit out of her.
they had sex and immediately went to sleep.
Good night,
Immediately
everybody.
fell asleep.
how do
He's a-
you
And
you got to be pretty tired. I mean, I'll say I would have to be pretty tired to go to sleep.
Both people.
There's poop everywhere.
Both people.
Well,
both people.
Both people. Like,
not...
she didn't go, oh, God, I just shat all over his dick, his balls, his stomach, his neck, and his sheets and everything. But I'm just a little sleepy. I'm just gonna nod off right now. Namaste.
Can we at least drop $50 on an actual soundboard or something? Like this. I know. I'm a man of the people. It's just the sounds are they raise more questions than they answer.
Well, it sounds like your complaints are unpopular.
It does.
But
I retract.
But please continue. I mean,
it's just like he does this farting one, and I'm like, is someone crinkling a Gatorade bottle? Like, it doesn't sound like fart, and then it's like, I don't know. See, what's this?
It's just a mudslide.
This is a train in a windstorm.
Yeah, his soundboard is 9 muffled crowds and 3 shitty farts.
It's confusing. You want sound effects to answer questions.
And then every 20 presses, he has to watch an ad for a match 3 game.
Some of those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
It just.
Well, anyways,
that one's a bad
men
one.
only have prostates. Women don't.
Right.
And men have, therefore, they have a grape in their butt that if you rub it the right way, there's a whole thing. And that's it. I'm content leaving this topic.
Wait a minute. What's that procedure that when you a colonic? You know the colonic?
That's a colonic.
Yeah. An enema?
Sundays used to be colonic day for me, and I would get colonics.
All right, take it from there.
And it was, at first, I was trepidatious of it. I was kind of not, I was worried about it because I heard stories about what they do there.
Right.
But when I got there and then they took care of me, it was actually, in hindsight, was pretty good.
Hindsight.
It was all right. In hindsight.
You felt cleaned out? You felt good?
Yes, I felt great. People said my eyes were brighter,
the people at the facility, or
no.
Okay.
People at work were like going, "You look good. What are you doing?"
Okay.
I said,
and
I got all
the
this
camera and
shit
go,
sucked out
I'll
of my
never
body."
tell.
Yeah. I winked. Except one time, she said, "Okay, whatever you do, maybe 2 days before you come in here, eat something that's like vegetables or something, whatever.
Eat something hot.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah."
Give me a challenge.
And for some reason, I forgot that I had an appointment set up, and I spent like all day eating French fries, chips.
Oh, so she always says, "Don't eat anything."
Bread.
Okay.
She said eat stuff, but don't eat
but don't eat so much shit that I gotta work hard. Don't point a snow blower at the shovel you're at the sidewalk you're hiring me to shovel.
So anyway, halfway through, there's a problem. I know, and I'm getting some blockage, which is hard. No, I mean
it's a turd.
It's something, and anyway, I'm like going, and she's being very cool about it. She's trying to make conversation. She's like, "Just breathe. You're gonna be okay. It's okay." So, what are you and your wife gonna? You gonna do anything this weekend? How's your dog doing? And I'm like, she's okay. I'm just and I'm like tapping my leg, and I'm going, I don't know, man. And she's like, just breathe. You're doing fine. Okay, you're leaking a little. You're leaking a lot.
She's telling you that.
Do you need to go? Do you need to go? Do you need to go? And I was like, see if you can breathe through it. You don't have to. And I'm like, I can't. Okay. I'm gonna pull it out.
All right.
Okay. So, okay.
Can I pause?
Sure.
What a lot of people listening want to know. what position you're in.
Oh, I'm laying on my back.
Laying on your back.
Laying on my back. Wait, no, laying on my side.
And there's a tube coming down from.
I start on my side. She puts the tube up my butt. And
there's a tube coming down from like an IV line, but it's but what do you call it?
Yeah. And then there's a machine with a little window that you can see all the shit you ate like throughout the week going by.
Whoa!
Oh, wait, it comes out a different hose. It's. I mean.
What do you mean comes out of different hose? There's only one hose.
You just said you saw stuff going by, and also she's concerned about leaking. Like, isn't the whole point to leak? Like,
well, it's supposed to like shoot water up your butt, and then for a while, and then it breaks down everything, and then I guess she turns it off and it sucks it out.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, I didn't know that. So so to eat a bunch of French fries is to create a kind of dam of half French fry, half.
It's painful.
Yeah, and also it's like it's palpable that it's like, oh, this isn't going all the way up. It's supposed to go. The water is supposed to go all the way up. They're like, what? There's not supposed to be a gopher in this hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've come to an impasse.
Okay. All right. And she's saying to you when she says, "Are you going to be okay? Do you want me to stop?" She means, "Do you want to go take a shit?"
Yes.
Or she's saying, "Should I run for cover? Like, should I get behind the glass shield?"
Story's not over yet. So anyway, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't hold it in.
You're saying to her?
I'm saying to her. There's only one person in the room.
No, but I thought inner monologue. I didn't know.
Inner monologue.
Inner monologue.
Inner monologue. I thought you said in her monologue.
No,
like she did stand up while I was.
During her monologue, you're talking? No, I'm sorry. Okay, you're saying out loud. You're going, nurse.
I'm having I can't. Well, I said, do you need to go? I go. I think I need to go. And she's like, okay, well, okay, give me a second. Wait a second. Oh boy, you're really leaking. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3, and she pulls it out, and I walk from the table to the toilet that's across the room. And just shit all over her. What? I shit on her, the floor, everywhere. And then while I'm shitting, and she says, "Do you need some time alone?" I said, "Yeah, I think I need some time alone."
I don't understand why she's not more like why her industry isn't more prepared for this. That's what I don't understand.
She told me not to eat French fries, Dan.
That's too much.
She did her job. I screwed up. And she has had a wonderful attitude about it because I was like...
She's like, I mean, when she says you're leaking, it sounds like you have a dysfunction about you, not, oh, you've been using your body the way a body should be used. You're leaking. There's a turd halfway down. The water's hitting the turd early. Couldn't she just tie it off?
Well, there's all this water that's already up in my intestine right now. I mean, she could turn it off, but there's still stuff.
And so when she checked in with you and said, "Hey, something's happening. Can we get on the same page here?" And like, if you had said, "No, it's cool, it's fine,"
she would have kept going.
She would have been like, "Okay, I'll just increase the pressure of the hose."
Yeah. I mean, like, what would happen with on your average day? There would be moments of, "Oh boy, that's a part. That's a part there." That's an area. That's something we have to deal with. And then I'd be like, and then she would get out jasmine.
Oh, like there's a clump of grass in there or something.
Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be. And then we would go through, and then it just. This is the thing. It's like they're getting out all the gunk and crap and shit and awful stuff.
That's what I'm confused by is how they regard that as force majeure when it happens. There's a turd in this ass. That's the part where that's like the United going, "Ladies and gentlemen, again, we do have a full flight. I don't know how it happened." I know how it happened. You double booked. You work in the airline or ass industry.
Right. This is not.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm on your side.
Okay.
This is about consumer awareness.
The tube my ass is supposed to suck that out cleanly and efficiently.
What's supposed to suck?
The tube that's in my butt.
Yeah.
Is it sucking or is it shooting?
It's doing both. It's right? Shooting water up and then sucking it out. You know, because she turns that water for a while and then she goes, "Okay, I'm going to do some suction." And you go, "Oh, what is that? Onions. Okay.
Onions."
But then there's some times where it's too much, where I'm like, good, where it's like, oh man, when you're trying to hold in like poop and stuff.
Okay, so when she says it's leaking, she means
you're shitting all over my hands,
she means
my arm, my blouse.
She means
my
you
knees.
are not being a conduit. You're a broken circuit.
She's regretting some life choices.
She's saying like there's a lot, because now I hate to Aykroyd you about this, but the thing going up your ass is it's got two tubes, an ingoing and an outgoing.
I don't know. I think it's a two-way thing.
Like an electrical cable.
It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, like it's completing a circuit. Like it's the whole. I feel right about this, and I don't know why.
I'm not exactly sure, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that are listening to the show that will kindly correct me. But
I don't think anybody's still listening to this show.
No.
We're chugging into the void right now.
So
except for the best people in America.
She pulls it out. And it's just like, popping a water balloon, and I'm just like, Psha! and I'm doing this, shit all over my hand, the floor. It looks like it, and then she goes, I'm gonna give you some time alone. Yeah, I think you should. She leaves the time alone, and then she turns on like the ambient music a little louder.
She hits the switch on the door.
Yeah.
Oh, what a feeling!
Yeah. So,
we were dancing on the sea.
Yeah, the music goes up full volume, and of course I'm finishing on the toilet, and after I've washed my hands, the first thing I do is, of course, I have to text AG and go, I just shit all over this poor woman. And he's writing back, oh my God, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I got this colonic, and I ran it. I ate poorly 2 days before, and it gave me some issues, and I shit all over this woman.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the part I'm trying to. It's not that I don't have anything not figured out yet. I'm just sort of trying to wrap my brain around the colonic industry, where they go, come inside, we're going to wash the inside of your butt out.
It's not just your butt, it's your
pumping warm
intestine.
water up one side. We're going to suck everything that comes out the other side.
No, it's the same tube. It shoots water up.
It's the same tube.
And they can reverse.
Okay.
Yeah,
so they're
just
moving forward. She's got a.
Yeah.
So she's in charge.
think so.
Okay, this is starting to make sense.
I
now.
think so.
She's like Mark Twain, like she's got a mechanism where she's like forward, aft, and like it's like there's soapy water going that way, and then she's like, okay, how you feeling? And you're like, peachy, and she goes, cool, rum, and then she's supposed to see a certain amount of coming back, and then what she sees is, a half a pineapple, and she's like, did you have a heavy breakfast? And you're like, no, you told me not to. And she's like, suit yourself, this thing's a lie detector. Wham! She shoots it up forward, and then you're like, okay, that's not, but, and she brings it backward, and there's like a wedding ring and a wristwatch, and she's like, look, you had brunch.
Yeah.
Say you had brunch. I had brunch. And she's like, go to the bathroom, shit out your shit stuff before I clean your asshole rim.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, and she threads it out, and then diarrhea explodes everywhere.
All over the world.
And she's like,
goes,
and she's like, it's okay. It's fine.
And she kills herself, and I never see her again. No,
but she didn't say, she wasn't like, it's okay, it's normal. She wanted to impress upon you.
She's been doing this for a long time. I'm sure I'm not the first time. I'm sure today was not the first time she saw somebody else's shit.
If you ate as in the Stephen Wright bit, like if you ate a box of Oreos before going to the dentist they'd be like, look, come on, you want to meet me halfway? And you'd be like, what do you mean? You're supposed to clean my teeth. They'd be like, you ate a box of Oreos.
I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah. Clean it. You're the expert.
Yeah, they changed the tube.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody gets the same tube, Levy.
Levy asked from the audience, do they change the tube?
Do they change the tube?
Yeah. Even for those of you listening, that's a diarrhea sound number.
Right.
Yeah, that was all that was in my notepad.
I mentioned this like on the another episode, but she made it a point to say there's the nozzle tip. There's like an adult size, and then there's a child size. I like to use the child size on adults because it's not as evasive. It's not as
right.
So it's the size of a small dick.
Why do we think that men in America associate the butthole and things going up it? Like, why is that a normal amount of American? Like, women too are like is it an American butthole thing, or is it a male American gay thing?
I think it's an American male gay thing. I think the worst thing you could ever be in America, for most Americans believe this, is to be a gay man.
And we're told early on that gay men use the butthole.
That's the joke that you're told in
they're like, yeah, they don't have vaginas, so they use the butthole.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the beginning of being othered as a kid. You know, you're gay, man, and everybody goes. And
I mean, we're also like genuinely ashamed of jerking off. Like kids that you talk to, they're like, there's like different mythologies. Like,
really, are kids still ashamed?
Well, I don't know if they still are.
A guy in my high school had to move towns, and like he had to change schools, and like actually the family left town because somebody caught him. Like walked up and looked through the window of his house, and he was there masturbating. And his nickname became Jackhammer.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And he was so shamed and humiliated, he left the goddamn town. And
that's for you kids listening. And by kids, I mean 30 and below.
Here's how you get. Here's how you thwart that. If you're a high school masturbator, which if you're in high school, you're masturbating. Don't let people catch you. Just like make them just be in the bay window of your house and just be jerking off and fucking like dare them to come up on your lawn.
Yeah, it's a different steeplechase now. Yeah. But the crazy thing is that kid, because there was no internet yet, that kid could look in your drapes, see you jerking off, and then convincingly tell the locker room he was jerking off, and then you'd have to change schools. This isn't about changing times. This is about our attitude about sex and self-exploration and things. This is like how bad it's always been and hasn't really changed, even though nowadays a kid could look in your drapes and see you jerking off. But the difference is if he didn't have his camera, it'd be your word against his. And it wouldn't matter. It's really about the cringe value of how you look when you jerk off now, because now the kids know everyone jerks off, but how about how vulnerable you are? Which is the same thing. You know what I mean?
The other factor on that, though, also is that like the parents are different. I mean, the things that you're talking about now were around at a time where now there are kids in that age group who now are adults and have children, and they probably socialize them differently.
And sometimes I bet you're fucking the kid up by trying to be responsible. Like, who wants your dad sitting on the foot of your bed talking about your dick? Like, it could be that 40% of the time when you think you're doing it right.
Depends on whose dad it is.
Chris Pratt's dad.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Then I'm in.
Yeah, obviously fucked up. I mean, look at the guy. No, I'm just saying, like, you don't know. You could have the best of intentions. You could have, we know everything about bee stings that you should know by now until we invent a way to treat bee stings better. We don't know anything about kids going through puberty and like starting to feel how they feel and blah blah blah. We put it off, and it's not even just, I'm gonna say, even though we feel like in America we're hung up about it, like it's the species, right? It's like the whole fucking species. We don't just go like, oh, by the way, there's a thing in your butt and there's a thing in your balls, and like no one wants to talk to kids about this shit. Like when do you can't? When do you talk to, like, you're gonna be like, oh, you're 7 years old, before you care about it, let's talk about your butt and your balls and your dick and your nipples. And like the kid's like, what are you talking? I want to talk about Spider-Man. But then a year later, that kid could be like, I'm gonna go fucking insane because no one understands what I'm going through because my nipples feel weird. Fucking what a lost species.
Do women shame each other about masturbation? Is that a girl thing? Church? I've never heard a story of women walking in on another girl masturbating in high school and that being a giant bummer. Is that just a guy thing? You did it together.
Yeah, they learn. I mean, I hear a lot of stories about girls like more they practice kissing and stuff, whatever. But I'm not, I'm not gonna spokesman that. But I do feel like. But I've also heard stories about like dudes talking about jerking off, and then one kid in the group of friends will be like, "Yeah, jerk off, it's the best," and then that'll just be the story of how that kid changed that community.
Yeah.
Like they're like, "Oh, but you're cool." And he's like, "Yeah, and I fucking jerk it off all the time. And so do all of you. Bye." And everyone's like, "He's right." Like I've heard those stories. It's kind of like
like if word got out in my high school that anybody like any of the guys that got outed for wearing women's underwear, that guy would have been run out of town. But there was one guy who was a badass, and his dad was like in the mafia. And there's people like, so hey man, apparently you wear like women's panties, like silky little like thong panties. He goes, yeah, they're really comfortable. And everyone's like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Like if he backed off on that he would have been tortured.
Yeah.
But he goes, yeah, why don't you?
Yeah, I've heard a couple of those stories.
Yeah.
They're called tastemakers. they're called the it's like and I don't know if it's like we want to talk about like how girls are different from boys, like well but also it's like
if you and I in high school did a MeUndies ad, we would have been really punished for it. But you and I as adults know what we like. We like to wear the soft undies.
Yeah, we like soft undies.
I'm hungry. I'm starving.
Oh,
I miss dinner.
Yeah. Do you wish the podcast was over so you could
go
eat?
No, I wish I brought something to eat.
What would you have brought if you had planned ahead?
Chips.
We all know the answer to that question. Now, as a vegan, how do you get your nachos? You do the vegan nachos?
I do vegan nachos, but I do vegan cheese. Yeah. It's not the same.
Vegan cheese is kind of a drag.
It's getting better. It's getting better. Yeah. I mean, everything's getting better. Like Beyond Burgers and are fantastic. I don't melt vegan cheese. It just doesn't taste as good. And but I still love it. I still eat that shit. Eat that shit. Fucking stupid.
I went and had a chat with Kevin Smith, who is basically vegan now because he just had his first heart attack. I don't want to. I'm not going to wait. I'm not scheduling more heart attacks for Kevin Smith.
Didn't he almost like?
Yeah, he
had like a huge like total like we didn't talk about that much because I figured he's been talking about that forever on his podcast, but
it was really.
But
sad.
he's 2 years older than me, and he was never a heavy drinker, but now he's like. He's just going to go vegan, and it has nothing to do with him caring about animals. He's just like, they told me I have to. Yeah. It's like all this meat and stuff, and then he's like, yeah, then my friends are like, oh, what are you, now that you had a heart attack, you're going to be like this kind of person? And he's like, no, I ate meat for 47 years. It was a good run. I'm going to I'm going to go vegan because of this thing happened.
What was his? Oh, so you almost died because you weren't doing something, so all of a sudden you're going to start doing it now?
Yeah, what are you, a pussy?
What, you were thrown 80 feet from a car wreck and you're going to start wearing your seatbelt all of a sudden? It's like a really weird, people love to put people down, so it's not surprising.
Also, I'm sure there's not a single person we could pull up that they're like, yeah, that was me. I was Kevin Smith's friend that really tried to shame him. Yeah. I'm sure he was just kind of collectively feeling
that would be true. Kevin Smith still has all these friends that just bully him. That would be, like, amazing.
I wonder what that's like.
That guy's a big Rob Schraub fan, I'll tell you that. Fucking talk to Kevin Smith about Rob Schraub.
I like Kevin.
Most of the time.
He's been very nice to me.
Did you talk about Robot Bastard?
No.
Okay.
I was like, can we move on? You know? And he's like, what's it like working with Schraub? I'm like,
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Dumb.
And
he's like, no, come on. It can't be that dumb. I'm like,
it's not dumb.
Prove it. And he's like, prove what? I'm like, fuck you.
Schraub, what do you want to do with Kevin Smith? It sounds like you could collaborate.
Hang out with him instead of Dan. No,
that's on the table.
That's so weak and lazy.
It's a low.
No, I every time I see Kevin, he's very, very nice. He's actually a big reason why I did the last 4 issues of Scud because somebody sent me, oh, Kevin's talking to you on his on the forum. Remember forums? He's talking to you about you on the forum, and he just wrote like, hey, you know, I love Scud, and Schraub never wants to finish the book. It's okay. I just respect him. I think he's good, and
I got
whatever.
I got the whole shebang right here.
Yeah.
Did you buy that somewhere?
Is this a new release, Schraub?
It's a new edition of the whole shebang, which came out in 2008. This is the 4th reprint of it, and it's got a new cover.
It's got the whole. It's hefty. It's like the
Yeah.
OED or the
It's like over 800 pages. I'm hoping I can do a Kickstarter this year for the 25th anniversary to maybe do, I don't know, I'm going to regret saying this, but a color version of the whole book.
I think Scuds, I'm not talking shit about comic books. I just never got into them, but I think Scuds are the only comic books I've read like cover to cover.
Oh, well, thank you.
And because I know you, because you gave them to me, but
Yeah.
they're so well drawn. They're so good.
Thanks.
How do you do it?
I don't anymore. I don't do anything.
1 issue a month. Like, we would all hang out and we'd smoke weed and drink and do whatever we were doing, but then
Unlike now.
every once in a while, Schraub would be like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go work. Like, what are you working on? I'm working on a thing. Like, he didn't want to, like, open it up to us and, like, talk it out and invite, like, all of that maelstrom. So he was, like, for at least a month, probably several months, because you probably weren't doing a page.
Maybe like a month and a half.
But, like, going home and, like, Bob Cratchit, like, fingerless gloves under your kitchen table, you're, like, drawing a page of a comic book. And you weren't, it wasn't, like, running around telling everybody, I'm going to do a comic book, and it's going to be about this and that. And never said anything about it. Just would go home every night and work on it, and then one day unveiled that while the rest of us had been not understanding our prostates, that he had made this comic book on his kitchen table. Very interesting.
Yep.
Interesting behavior.
Yeah.
Delayed gratification, they call it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
So what would it be like if Kevin Smith had friends that were like making fun of him all the time?
I don't know.
I thought you were asking.
Was I?
Mm-hmm. Let's check in with Spencer.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do you think it would be like?
I think it'd be a little something like this. Hey, stop leaving me alone. I already gave you a copy of Tusk. Like that.
How's living with Callie Kazoo going?
She's pretty cool. She's playing Stardew Valley right now. We're both playing Stardew Valley.
Both of you?
Stardew Valley is what?
It's a video game.
A video game.
Mm-hmm.
What platform are you playing it on?
On the Switch. It's great.
Are you both playing on the Switch?
Yeah, she has one too. We both have them.
And Switch is jargon. You're playing. You mean
it's a Nintendo?
It's a kind of Game Boy.
It's the new Nintendo operating.
Man, you playing on the Switch? Yeah. Man, you playing on the Switch? You playing that? You playing that? You playing them games on the Switch?
Can you play that game multiplayer? Can she go to your farm and vice versa?
I don't think so.
Can you go to her farm and switch on the game? Can you play on the game with the farm?
I don't think so.
Can you go switch? No. You guys play. You guys are living in the same. Do you have to be in the same room to switch?
Look how mad Dan is right now.
Can you switch, man? I'll go get me some nuke. You wait here. I'm gonna go to my dealer and get me some nuke. I'm gonna shoot that thing right into my earlobe, motherfucker.
You liked video games at one point.
Yeah, I still do.
What do you like? What do you like now?
I like Pepper 2.
Pepper 2?
I like Pepper 2 is a good game. I also like
the fuck is Pepper 2?
Squish 'em Sam.
What? You're making shit up.
These are made up.
Yeah, you're making shit up. You're making fun of video games.
No, I'm not.
Squish 'em Sam.
Squish 'em Sam. I like Miner 2049er.
That's an old game from like the Commodore 64.
So you didn't specify that you didn't
I'm
give
asking you, when did you...
Do you like video games? Here's 3. Oh, those aren't the video games that I wanted you to think.
No.
All right, Rob, Desert Island, you get to pick between, you get one.
I would play the Desert Island game.
You didn't hear me out. You get one.
Yes, I did.
You get one old school 80s video game. You have to choose between one of these two, Desert Island for the rest of your life, or until you get rescued. Burger Time or Elevator Action?
That's easy.
That's easy. Come on, man.
Elevator Action.
Yeah, I'll go Elevator
Oh,
Action.
my God.
DeMarge?
Oh, yeah, elevator action.
Elevator Action.
Jesus.
Harmon?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Never
I've
played
got to
either
be
of them.
honest.
Don't like them.
I've-
Never respected either game.
You never played Burger Time?
No.
Yes, you fucking did.
Bullshit game. Make a burger.
Spencer, did you play Burger Time?
I play Burger Time.
It was in one of your raps. It was one of the Alewives
Yeah.
raps.
Just making fun of it.
Kevin
Fuck
Smith
Burger
was a
Time.
fan of the Mama Rap.
What is it?
We sent him the album.
That's a pretty cold rhyme, but your mama plays Burger Time, eating up the pickles with a little squeeze of lime.
Yeah. I'm a craftsman.
Wow.
It doesn't.
I don't think pickles would need lime.
So what was the? Your mama gets none when she's playing Outrun. She's kind of like a steak because she's always getting done. Rare.
Rare.
Yeah, over there.
Rare.
She played Elevator Action, and they made her take the stairs.
Yeah. Just anything to really denigrate your mom. You know?
I can name maybe 3 Supreme Court justices. I know all the words to the mama rap. The mama rap, Dead Alewives, if you don't know it, is that trackable? Can you find that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's on.
I hope
YouTube.
it's everywhere. Did we talk last week? Did we talk about Nunberg? And this isn't a political thing. This is entertainment. This is the entertainment section. Did we talk about Nunberg?
That
think a
video
little
that you
bit.
posted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just
Just a
anybody
little
that's
bit.
listening, just like
Wait, was I here last week? Oh, I was here, right?
Just Google
yes,
Nunberg.
Sam Nunberg. He's the best.
He really is like the
We thought we peaked at
Scaramucci?
at the mooch, but this guy fucking out mooched the mooch by just being a complete fucking.
It was kind of fun, like as the very definition of a rodeo clown.
And
like
Aaron
you're-
Burnett is like, you smell like booze. He's like, he just came drunk to tell Robert Mueller to go fuck himself on every liberal
amazing.
news platform. Like,
It's such a great, like, Martin Short used to do that Nathan Thurm guy. It's like, whatever you asked him, he's just like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I had this signed affidavit. I never signed it.
I don't. That's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's stupid.
Always smiling.
Don't you think it's stupid? I think it's stupid.
And chain smoking.
Just sweating, like pouring water down his head.
Oh, my God. Yeah, but that was, I mean, it's a different character because the thing about Nunberg is he's like the Cupid version of that. Like, what do you call it? A cherub. He's a cherubic version of Martin Short's Nathan Thurm. So there's the sweat hasn't gathered on his lip yet. He's just
so
like
guileless,
he's just like a flying baby who just flitted through, and he just had a little quiver, and it's just like I think you should be in love. I think I should be in love. Roger Stone's my father. He's like a father figure to me, and he just like he didn't know of anything that didn't taste like marshmallows until that day.
What was the end result with him? I stopped following.
He testified for
So
over
he did
6
go.
hours.
And
He said, I'm not going to go. And then somebody said, you're going to go to jail.
You gotta
I'm
go
not
in.
going to go to jail. Oh.
Yeah, it's just rule of law. And so he went in and then he came out and he was like, you know what? It's not that bad. Like I think that's how it ended. I think he's like, yeah, it's all right. That's fine. He just needed a little extra, a little baby goes in for a haircut. You need to like give him a dinosaur to chew on, He just needed a little extra from us.
I think he got drunk, and then he was like, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be like that girl who caught cash meat outside. This is going to be great.
Or like the
And
lady
then it
that
was.
wouldn't make the cake for the gays or whatever. But like I think he bought into the I think he got swallowed up in the weird gel that they used to douse the hillbillies. Like he started getting high on that supply and being like, well, wait, this subpoena is bullshit. Hillary didn't do a subpoena, and meanwhile, everybody's going like, yeah, well, we all it's one thing you can't do what you're doing, and then you're like watching him go, oh, I guess I have to go do it. I have to go to eat broccoli.
He got high on the gel.
Thanks, Spencer.
Yeah, he looked like
You going to get high in the jail when you switch, Callie? Hey, Callie, I'm in my room with my cat. I'm going to go switch on that gel. How about you? Where you live? Why don't you
Sounds like you.
Why don't you come back? Why don't you text me back? Give me some emojis, motherfucker. I want to switch out, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Let's get
Sounds like
high
you.
on that
Sounds like an
gel,
impression of you.
motherfucker. We got to pay rent. What are we going to fucking do, man? We got no money. We got to sell some of them. We got to sell some of this furniture. Got to sell.
Sounds like you guys.
Sounds like he's
doing an impression of two 20-somethings living in an apartment.
We gotta sell some of this seafoam couch.
Okay, now he's incorporating her preferred palette.
Seafoam couch.
Oh,
Just
that's a real couch.
Can we sell some of these cushions at least? Not the whole couch, but just a couple of cushions.
He's seen the cushions.
To afford more switchings.
That's what happens. That happened yesterday.
I never watched an episode of Mary Hartman. Am I missing out? I mean, like, it keeps coming. It keeps coming back. Is anybody? Seriously, be serious. Has anyone on the stage watched an episode of Mary Hartman?
Yeah,
maybe
like in 1979.
I saw all of them when I was a kid.
Okay, stand corrected. Tell me the premise of the story. She gets bit by a radioactive what?
I was a kid. I don't know. She just seemed out of touch and very sort of unhappy, but trying to put a happy face on stuff.
They shot it like a soap opera,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it was on every day. It was offered at the same buffet as the soap opera, so you were getting Guiding Light.
I remember
the Restless, and
being
Mary
a
Hartman.
late night thing, though.
No,
Yeah, in New York, it was on
maybe
like 11.
syndication or something.
night?
11,
It was
11:30
probably
at night.
like
Yeah, well, in Milwaukee.
No, 12. They couldn't put it on before. It had to go on at midnight.
It was probably like the Muppet Show, like where they sold it syndicated.
Right, but I was always told it was like, oh, that's kind of risque. It's kind of risque or whatever. What's the deal?
for the-
She's just
for the
like a
70s.
woman trying to get by.
It's because people that consider themselves above a soap opera wrote a soap opera, so it was meta.
Right.
It was like, I'm a soap opera, meet moop. Like,
and
you're a piece of
wasn't,
shit for watching me.
Wasn't Fernwood
Sorry, that's
Tonight?
cynical.
Wasn't Fernwood Tonight like
Yeah.
a spinoff of that? And in the show, she doesn't hear well.
I don't. It could be,
don't
you're
see
saying
anything.
that's
She's
why
a
it's called
sleepwalker.
Mary Hartman, because you have to say everything twice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to the weather section of our podcast.
All right.
It's been raining.
Music.
Tonight, weather. It's partly cloudy, always. There's absolutely no
It's
circumstances
a lot of
under
rain, man. Lot of rain.
it. Yeah.
Man, listen, you hippies, you scumbags, you zipperheads, you squeeb squads, you chuds. There's going to be a rain that's going to wash it all away, and I'm going to be that rain, you zipperheads, you tranks.
Are you doing the dude from Warriors?
With just
trying
a
to do-
skosh of Back to the Future, too.
I do a little taxi driver, Back to the Future.
Who is the dude? Can you dig it, suckers? Who is
That's
the,
Silas.
Silas
From Warriors.
Silas.
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
I knew that you could.
Can you dig it?
All right.
I remember Patton Oswalt tweeted to Obama saying, come on, please, just once. Say it.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Just say once. Just once.
You know he said it in private.
He probably was it's like, I should go out and blow these
I
people's
like him to
minds.
go, come on, man. That was the best.
Can you dig it?
I wanted to, I don't know.
Rob, give me some Zardoz quotes.
I don't have any Zardoz quotes. I'm trying to think.
The penis is mightier than the gun.
The sword.
The gun, right?
Spencer, did you
The
have
gun is good. The penis
Gun
is
is
evil.
good,
Is
penis
one
is
of them.
good.
What's
Spencer, did you have a butt stuff story?
Oh yeah.
It felt like, no pun intended, you were sitting on one.
One time, I had a funnel and some golf balls. That's most of the story. No, no, I don't have a singular butt stuff story.
What about like an average one?
What about a plural one?
Average butt stuff story. Taking a shower. Put some stuff in your butt. Some fingers. You know,
He's not
a
taking
funnel
this
full of golf balls.
seriously at all.
This is serious.
No.
It was worth a shot.
Dan,
Spencer-
we've told the story on the show before about you flying too close to the sun with your bathtub, right?
Yeah, I put my butt up against the nozzle of my bathtub.
Because you have like a jacuzzi, like spa.
Like water jets.
What's the melted wax wings of flying too close to the sun?
You get air bubbles in your bloodstream.
You get flooded with water.
Oh, like Schraub.
Yeah. I just immediately had the sensation. It was a reverse pooping.
Yeah.
Were your eyes brighter after?
People kept calling them.
You texted me immediately and said you said, Jeff, I took a bubble bath, and because you had been reporting to me daily about how you found out that you could jerk off in your bathtub by kneeling down in front of the side nozzle and putting jacuzzi water up your butt while you jerked off. You're like, it's the best. And then you texted me one day and said, Jeff, I flew too close to the sun, and I inflated myself like a water balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had to get out of the now empty bathtub and run over to the toilet and sat down in it, and then just like this sound. It sounded like you just bought a bucket from Home Depot and just poured it. It just sounded like that. But I was like, wow. I was like, I gave myself an enema. Yeah, I've told that story. Yes, I have told that story.
Yeah.
I'm famously forthcoming.
Jeff.
And back coming.
Jeff.
Good one, sir.
Jeff, you told me a story once.
Coming.
Is this true?
If you know what I mean.
Jeff told me a story once long ago that he says, one time I shit so bad that I passed out and I hit my head on the sink and cut my head open. Is this true?
Well, yeah,
and there was blood everywhere. It looked like somebody murdered somebody.
It was the day after. It was the day after Christmas. So Boxing Day, I guess.
Yeah, Red Nose Day. Boo-boo.
And I was at my grandma's house, and I'd eaten a lot of Christmas, turkey before I was vegetarian. So pre-tofurkey days.
Yeah.
I was probably 22-ish, and
22 shits.
I remember waking up, panting, going. And I was like, it was cold where I was laying, and I opened my eyes, and all I see is floor, wall, and door, and I look up, and there's blood everywhere, like all over the mirror, the sink, the thing, and I apparently had either peed or pooed, and I was sitting down, got up, fainted, and smashed my face into the edge of the sink, and then flew to the other side of the bathroom and landed there, and only woke up when my grandma said, Jeff, the phone is for you. And I look up, and I still have a scar across my nose, and it's one of the two reasons my nose goes a little bit that way. But I fucked myself up.
How do you know it wasn't aliens?
Is the second reason your nose always goes that way? Because
I fucker punched
Gaydar.
No.
So I'll tell you the day after.
A guy punched me at a Nick Cave concert.
Oh, that's the wow.
That's the reason why it goes a little bit more the same route.
Oh yeah, that was recent.
But this is controversial. Remember I talked about the woman Alice Flaherty, the great neurologist, who kind of reads you like an MRI.
Oh no.
She walked by me and I was telling like this other actress in this pilot we were doing, based on this neurologist from Harvard's life. And I said, I was telling the story about I passed out and I broke my nose. And she walked by and she goes, What? Wait, what? You passed out when? When? How old were you? I said, I was 22. And she goes, had you just peed? I said, yeah. And she goes, oh, good. And she walked away.
I knew you were a Pisces.
I fucked myself up, man. I had a cut across my ear, my cheek, my nose, and the other cheek. Like I went just wham.
So you went into the bathroom, closed the door, locked it hopefully, shit so hard that you passed out and cut your face open.
I stood up too quickly. I faint from time to time. Like my dad faints, my brother faints. We're tall, we're skinny. We get up and if we've just eaten a lot or whatever, if we stand up too quickly. My dad remember fainted at Channel 101 and the ambulances came. And I was all worried like my dad had a heart attack. And the paramedics came like no, you were sitting in a low chair. Do you normally stay up this late? No. Did you just eat a lot? Yeah. And did you stand up quickly? He goes, yeah, you're fine. Get the fuck out of here. I faint from time to time if I'm on low blood sugar and stand up too quickly.
So everybody else in the Thanksgiving family setting goes, oh, goodbye. I'm going to go take a shit. Okay, goodbye. And then you leave, and then phone rings, knock on the door. Hey, the phone's for you. You come out covered in blood.
Yeah.
And they went, huh.
It was just me and my grandma. I'd gone from the
It could only be one person reacting
but
to
she was like, Jeff, your phone's for you. I'm like, and I that's when I woke up and I see blood everywhere. I go, I was like, tell him I'll call him. Find out who it is, I'll call him back. And I looked up and my face is just covered in blood.
Why would that be?
Blood just splattered. It was a complete crime scene.
Were you still bleeding? I mean,
Oh yeah, it's still pouring blood out of my cuts.
So did you go to the hospital to get stitches?
I probably should have. I think I either glued it, like
probably
like
glued it,
glue in a cut, like the skateboarder trick.
Vietnam.
The hockey trick.
Yeah.
It's a Vietnam trick.
But then I walked around. I got one of those little small Bugs Bunny Band-Aids, like the little ones that you put when the boxer just got in a fight. Or
like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, and I had that across my nose. And I've never been a tough-looking guy, but if you walk into a bar, even at 22, like when I weighed like 170 pounds, with the one across your nose and a big shiner, people think like people wouldn't even make eye contact with me. I think I looked tougher because like
Bugs Bunny.
I looked like
I'd be like, well, he's vulnerable.
When I was in high school, I was me and my friends used to sword fight with PVC pipes, and one time we had a tremendous parry that blew up both of our pipes, and one of the sharp shards of PVC sliced into my face and caused this vertical scar going from my eye down my cheek. And like you see in cartoons and stuff, it had those little cross cut things along it for whatever reason. And so when I went to school, people are like, "That's crazy. How'd you get it?" And I was like, "Oh, I was in a fight." And then people thought I was a total badass.
Did you get stitches for that?
No. That was so weird because I assumed it was stitches, but it's it just naturally formed that in the scar.
They got those little butterfly Band-Aids that are great. Like I've cut myself pretty bad, and there's ones that you stretch them out and they pulls it back together. It's almost like a stitch. Yeah. Those little butterfly ones, the little mini ones are great.
Yeah, what do those have extra? I don't care about those. Well, I have nothing else to talk about.
You hate stories about cut fingers.
No, well,
I can't
sure,
get enough.
But you guys weren't telling those. That's fine.
I was about
you guys were doing great.
Yeah, this is good.
Schraub made Kiss Me on Monday.
Drinking coffee's a lot of fun, but what's not a lot of fun? Drinking coffee out of a mug that's not made by Rob Schraub.
You made these, Rob?
Yes.
These are. Can I keep this? Is this
that's for you. I brought them in for you.
Church, you have your new coffee mug at home.
Kiss me, I'm on.
Kiss me, I'm Monday.
Kiss me on Monday.
Kiss me.
A Rob Schraub original. Where do you get it, Rob?
You can get it at my TeePublic store.
Go to TeePublic and use the honey add-on to try and find a coupon code for it.
I saw that a guy commented on one of your things, and he said, "Will there be any cheapy peepy T-shirts?" And you replied to him, "Why would I make fake merch, you piece of shit?"
Yeah. Well, why would I?
I don't know, because what you're trying to say to that kid is you're not cheapy peepy, and you don't know what he's talking about.
Well, we know that I'm not. So why would this be a surprise to you? And why wouldn't I react?
Well, why would it be fake merch?
I don't know if
because I'm not that word.
Why does that make the merch fake?
I am not that word.
But the merch is real regardless of what you are.
Then make all the merch you want. I'm not that word.
Right. Are you enjoying the iPad Pro?
Seems like you might want to.
I'm going through a bad time. I want to draw, but I can't force myself.
So the iPad Pro isn't something you're using right now?
I'm trying.
Like it or what?
I just kind of lay around and do nothing.
Do you still, Rob?
Dan
do you still have Dan's iPad Pro? Are you?
Yeah, I'll give it back. I guess.
Well, I mean,
I'll give it back. I didn't know.
If are you still testing it out?
Yeah, and it kind of. I mean, I'll give it back. This whole drama, this whole dragging me through the fucking mud and making the shame every time I open it and look at it. I just hear sadness.
All right. Well,
and I'm just
you probably should return it.
I feel bad about myself. I don't know how to even. I can't even look you in the eye.
Oh well, okay. Well, so now you've talked about dragging people into the mud. So now you're you're implying to me that I've inhibited your creative throughput.
No. I was there long before
Dan's
you got
the reason
involved.
of Schraub's big art block.
You didn't help it, but you didn't. You weren't responsible.
So you don't like the iPad Pro?
I don't like.
He doesn't like the person who gave it to him.
I'm having a hard time with everything right now. I don't like my laptop. I don't like my Apple TV. I don't like whatever. I'm having.
Right.
I could talk more about this off mic, but I'm not.
That's not helpful.
I'll give it back. I'll give it back. Give it back.
I know
I'll give it back.
We're doing here.
No.
Why would I make like a cheapy PB anything?
I'm not saying
Why
you would make it. I'm
that?
saying it wouldn't be fake merch.
Yes, it would.
No, it would be you would have made a real piece of merch that says the words cheapy peepee
Here's
on
the
it.
thing that's wrong about that sentence. I wouldn't have done that. So don't say you. It would have been fake because I didn't do it.
In the hypothetical situation where you did this, you wouldn't have done it.
I didn't, though.
Right.
I'm not going to.
What if like just this is totally theoretical, hypothetical. What if like if I like came like from like a Twilight Zone like figure from outer space and said, Schraub, if you make cheapy PP merchandise, you will get $10 million.
I don't want $10 million saying something that is absolutely hurtful, wrong, false, shitty. Why would I want to celebrate him making fun of me? Why would I want to put a spotlight on that? Why would I want to? Why would I want to? Like,
but not for $10 million. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't consider that a value.
I'm not a hooker, dude. I'm not gonna just
hold on to your principles, man. Hold on to your principles.
Hold on to my principles.
All right. Well,
Not a hooker, dude.
That makes sense why I would hurt you.
I could make $10 million. All I have to do is not have any self-esteem. That's it. Sounds like a good trade-off. I'm the one that's got to look at me in the mirror in the morning, every morning. I got to live with me the rest of my life. Might as well cash in on shit.
$30 million.
No.
100.
What am I going to spend $30 million?
You could use $100 million to make other people less cheap. You could create institutions where you could teach kids to have your kind of cool attitude about money.
I'm not cheap anyway.
He's not cheap.
All right, well,
how's your fucking free coffee mug, ass dick?
Oh boy.
Ass dick. How's your free coffee mug, ass dick?
There's going to be a set of mugs.
That should be a T-shirt as "How's your free coffee mug?" ass dick.
Yeah, it's funny if it's not on a mug. It's a better bumper sticker or T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's not how coffee mugs used to be, you know? Coffee mugs used to have like a more banal amount of like invective to them, like a wake me for the weekend, but what you're really thinking is fuck this job. But
like ranking dads.
Well,
yeah, I've never seen a number 2 dad.
No.
World's
second best
father.
Those mugs get hidden.
Yeah.
They're in the back. Mm-hmm. They get pushed to the back. So
behind
when they
the
get
generic
faced
mugs,
because they go through.
You ever go through a phase where you're like, you love your grandma, right? And then you look back on it and go like, oh yeah, like there's kind of the planets lined up, and I was kind of like, I wrote a letter to my grandma. I was like, you're a super grandma.
Yeah.
And then like the next year it was like, and all the previous years, so it was like grandma must have been like, ah, cool, this moment has arrived. Now these grandkids are paying off. Let's just put this on the fridge. Better leave some space for the next year. And then you're just like, fuck this. This is hard. Super grandma. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't even know who was. What, how do I even know? I got one grandma.
I try to call
For
her.
all I know, she's the shittiest one.
I try to call her like every other week or something.
You try to call your grandma every other week?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or she'll like call me she'll call me like at 11:30 at night and she wants to talk.
I feel like nobody ever. You're high roading me. You don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
your
it must
grandma.
be fucking
Yeah,
nice.
I do.
Yeah, fuck you. You don't give a fuck about your grandma.
I love
My grandma
fuck
calls
you.
me.
She's the only grandparent I have left.
Do you have any extant grandparents?
Yeah, I got. Like,
I'm not high roading. I'm just saying.
all right.
You
Him
asked
saying
me,
he loves his grandmother
have you
and
ever
likes to talk
done?
to her.
guy never-
Rob, I don't know if you saw this. When you said I call my grandmother, or I talk to her once every other week, Dan instantly just crossed his arms.
Oh,
he felt like,
instantly
he felt like
crossed
he was
his
being yelled at
arms.
for not
No,
talking.
I wasn't yelling at it. He goes.
No, you weren't. But he felt.
He said, "Have you ever done that? Have you ever done your grandma right or whatever?" And I answered, and I go, "I try to do it." And he goes, "No, you answered my question. You're high roading me." I mean,
All right.
It's like whatever.
It does
well,
suck.
good. I got some
Do you
data.
have,
That's great.
grandparents that are alive, Harmon?
Yes.
Let's call
Spencer, you want to jump in here? For the love of Christ, if you ever do anything for me.
Yeah, I got so many. I got all sets of grandparents. Our relationships are great. They all call me regularly, and I don't have to maintain the relationships. It's just so easy.
You're doing exactly what they're
They
doing.
give
You're
me
casting
gifts
me
that I appreciate
I know
and
this
not
isn't true.
off color. I've never had a meal by
group
them
of
that
you.
tasted stale and disgusting.
Are you guys
And
jumping
none of
me
them ever
into a
died.
grandma-loving gang?
DeMarge, do you have grandparents around?
Yeah, my grandmother's 95. She's still as vibrant as she ever was, and loves to cook and do some stuff.
Are you close? Does she live nearby?
We're close. No, she lives in Arkansas, and she can't see as well right now, but she's still out there.
But you could talk to her on the phone, right?
I'll talk to her on the phone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
That's what they're for.
It must be real fucking nice.
Will you please help me out?
What am I doing?
You did a bit now. Just
wants
get
to-
him.
He needs you to hate your grandma, even if you're lying.
Someone like back me up.
This is gross. It's so upsetting to hear normal family stories.
Oh, so
Like,
you were
it's just-
lying. You were lying, Spencer.
Oh, yeah. I was giving an account of something that would be impossible by most understandings.
He was algorithmically mocking your relationships with your grandmothers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, why
I
don't
didn't know
you
you
go?
were doing that. I'm sorry. That's great.
Yeah,
I
that must be
think
real
that's
hard.
called
You
low
must
roading.
have to have one of your
we got low
scheduled
roaded.
calls to talk about it.
You're fucking low roading us right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking, yeah. Why don't you go take advantage of your normal social or safety network? It's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fucking
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Fucking normies.
There's nothing safe about loving someone.
My grandpa's dead. It's great.
Mine's are too.
It's
Yeah,
great,
like,
right?
When you're a kid,
No.
remember, you're in 6th grade, 4th grade, whatever you're in. All of a sudden, all the other guys, they're all talking about showers. Oh, they love showering. Oh, God. I can't believe it. They're
can't get enough water.
Oh, they're showering. Dude, I take 3 showers a day. I take 90 showers a day. Like, what is happening? How did this happen overnight? We used to like being dirty. What did you guys, what happened here? Why is this the new metric for how to be normal? Oh, I can't believe how many showers I take. I didn't get, look, obviously, if it's an unconscious mechanism, if you just love showering, then fine. If you love your parents, if you have emotional like connections with people,
and
then good for you.
And then we're like we finally figured out we're taking showers, and then all of a sudden it's relations with your grandparents that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
It's like we're just figuring out soap and conditioner, and now it's grandparents?
But Dan, you have
just in time for the grandparents to die, by the way.
But Dan, you also, I mean, one mitigating factor is that you had a grandma that may have murdered 2 people.
That was my great grandma. That was my grandma's mom. If anything, bring her around. It doesn't matter. It's not. There's no grandmas that are
was
to
she ever
blame.
convicted of murder, or was that just
Only in hell.
Here's what all family is now. All family is just bear traps spread across social media that you never know which one you're going to snap off. Hey, who's listening? Who has an opinion? I don't. There is no like I. Then you meet like Cody's family, like they love each other, they got a background together, they did things. I don't know how I'm supposed to. Isn't there supposed to be some kind of like foundation? Am I the monster? Am I the Hannibal Lecter that's like, oh, how come family can't be eaten with fava beans? Like am I the one that because they're not calorically valuable? I've I know who will tell you the answer is yes. My family. I'm sure they'd be like, oh, yeah, he's a weird one, that one. But what am I going to take their word for it?
But Bones doesn't talk to your parents either.
Right? Bones don't talk to nobody, and I don't talk to him.
Bones don't need to talk to nobody.
Ain't no Bones talking to nobody,
Bones?
never.
His brother.
He's my brother.
His brother gave himself the nickname.
He don't talk to me. I don't talk to him. He don't talk to my parents.
Bone don't talk to nobody.
Nobody in my family be talking to nobody, and like everybody's like, but then every once in a while somebody will have a fucking coronary, and then somebody will send a Facebook message to somebody going like, yeah, good to see you at Grandma Pappy Smap's funeral, psych. I know you weren't there. Like father, like son, huh? Like, what are you taking swipes at my fucking legacy for? I don't know you. I'll fucking turn my feelings off like a light and I'll fucking get you. I'll fucking... If the legends of me are true, then don't fuck with me.
What are the legends?
Then I have no feelings.
No.
All right, fuck you. Fuck all of you.
No.
Here's the thing. Put stuff in your butt tonight.
Let's call Bones right now. Put him on speaker.
No.
Let's put him on
A new segment called Bones Phone.
E.T. Phone Bones.
Are you going to do the E.T. Phone Bones?
We got to get Levy up here. We got to play D&D.
There's no time.
What? Oh, okay.
It's time for Levy. But by the time Levy gets up here.
All right. Well, look.
Levy, get up here. Oh, Steve Levy.
Yeah.
He's my favorite Levy. Levy, you've been working out. You look buffer than normal.
Yeah, I have been.
You're fucking yoked.
Where you lifting?
In a garage.
Sometimes in a gym, other times in a garage.
Okay, where are you lifting? What gym?
There's one in NoHo that I go to.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the name of it.
NoHo.
Yeah.
You don't know
do you
the
do
name
that
of
CrossFit stuff, or you just in there just doing weights?
I used to do CrossFit. I'm easing back in. I'm doing weights right now.
CrossFit mean? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be.
It's high intensity, like multiple, really fast, different kind of circuit training.
It's
right?
close to like NFL Combine.
Yeah, so just a bunch of different things, high intensity.
Like you drag shit?
Dan, it's like NFL Combine.
It's like NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well, like you do like 30
Flipping tires,
burpees and
sledgehammers
then
on
you
tires.
go jump through things.
Sure,
It's
you
like
do
circuit
burpees.
training. You do a bunch of different things.
You drag a tire.
sorry,
You drag a tire.
Can I do a little
Drag a
business
tire.
before I forget?
No.
I want to plug this thing that Starburns Audio is doing.
We really can't.
What used to be Feral is now Starburns Audio, and there's a thing that's happening called the like these tapes are coming out. You know about this, Harmon,
Yeah.
right?
No, please.
Well, it
walk
didn't.
away.
Yeah.
So real quick, a bunch of cool shit's coming out, and for $20 a month, it's like the VIP level thing. It comes with the actual old school Walkman, and you get exclusive content and extra tracks. $13 a month, you just get a tape of the month kind of thing. If you go to d.rip/SBI-press, no.com, all lowercase, you get monthly tapes. There's Johnny Pemberton's prank call tape, Ron Lynch double tape, which sounds amazing. You get to play 2 tapes at once, and he's a fucking lunatic, and I love him. You get Dino Stamatopoulos' music, Sorry About Everything. There's also a tape of Dan Harmon's. All the Dan Harmontown raps are going to be on tape. So if you like the Harmontown thing, I'm doing a thing called the Jeff Davis Library. There's a million other things. Neil Hamburger, a bunch of motherfuckers. Rob Straub's Halloween tape sound effects.
Yeah, I'm going to do
spooky radio play. So go to SBI Press, and they have a Facebook page, and check it out. And also, Simon Ore is the man that's in charge of that, and he's a bad motherfucker. So dig it.
Or check out the ad that we'll play at the end of the episode.
Are we doing one?
Probably. We have been.
I love it.
Shit.
It'll be great.
If what was that then?
I don't know. I have no idea what that just was.
It sounded like an ad.
It did, yeah.
Have you ever had suicidal ideations, Spencer?
Oh, yeah. More in high school.
What do you mean by ideations?
Like thinking about it. How'd you do it?
Ideas?
Oh, God.
No, God. Ideations.
Yeah.
What is it? If I said
thinking about it
instead of ideas,
because guess what?
Instead of ideas,
because if your language is practical, you could just go when you like something and when you don't.
Champion.
Yeah,
and it's that you're going to need
Sounds
nuance.
good.
So ideations means not just ideas, because ideas could mean I came up with an idea of how to kill myself.
Suicide.
Oh yeah, like
ideation. Like, are you having suicidal thoughts?
But that's
Why not just say thoughts? I'm old language janitor. I'm Rob Schraub. I'm going to clean up 6,000 years of organic evolution of language. It's a living thing.
Yeah, brother.
You ever go to art school?
It's a
think of it like a
little
fucking
bit.
like a Jawa or something you draw.
It's a terrible.
What do you draw? Like an apple?
So if I said, did you ever have any suicidal ideas or thoughts? You wouldn't know what I was talking
That would
about.
be a dumb.
That would be
God.
No hablo inglés,
Senor. Oh my I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
But see how much time you saved by saying it your way.
Yeah.
We got the answer from what Spencer said. Oh, no, we don't. Because we've been talking about this word.
There's a million ways to say everything.
And
But the way that you said was bad. If you had
apparently,
suicidal ideas,
but you would have
and
known
thoughts,
what I meant, and we could have moved on.
You can say anything any way you want.
Thank you for permission.
Wait.
Thanks for permitting me.
Every time we choose a way to say a word, we should stop down and explore alternate ways we could have said that phrase or sentence.
By the way, it's also like a tag. Like a kid could type in suicidal ideation instead of suicidal ideas. If they type in suicidal ideas, they might get half of them might be schematics for how to kill yourself. If they type in ideation, maybe it takes them to more crisis lines. We don't. It's like language is a fucking flowing river.
I'm gonna go home. And I'm gonna type both in.
This could be huge for you.
And I'm gonna be blown away by the difference. I'm gonna be just event one, big bang, blown away by the difference.
Look, I don't want to care about people anymore either.
I have a shit story.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I knew it.
Tell me more.
I think this could be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. I was 14. I was in 8th grade, so middle school, not quite high school yet. And my grandparents, they lived on Long Island. We were visiting. We had Chinese food or something, and we lived in New Jersey, and it was about an hour and change to get back home. And we had a Chrysler Town and Country minivan. Okay, it's a 7-seater. So you have the two fronts of the seat, driver, passenger, and then 2 seats behind those seats, and then a bench in the back. I need you guys to understand.
A bench? What? A bench?
Like a 3-person.
Every good shit story needs. You have to understand the full geography.
If this car drops you off at Demorge's charter plane,
wait, I just want you guys to understand.
Bus.
You guys. So my dad's. That was an option, but we didn't have the wood paneling. My dad was driving. My mom was in the passenger seat. My brother, who was 2 years younger than me, so he was 12, was sitting behind my mom, who's in the passenger seat. My sister is in her car seat, so she's 9 years younger than me, so she's 5. And then I'm behind my brother in the back seat, on the three on the row.
big family.
Yeah, in the very back of the minivan.
And you're 14 years old.
14.
Like if this story culminates in you diarrheaing in a fan, and we are supposed to be laughing because we realize your sister got hit first, we have a right to go. We didn't retain the bird's eyes.
That's fine.
Okay.
But just so you understand, I'm in the very back, and my siblings are in the middle, and my parents are whatever.
You got a big family.
Yeah,
you're in the back.
Oh, whatever. It's very visceral for me because it's
right.
it's haunted me.
Literally.
So we're driving, back to New Jersey from Long Island, and my stomach starts hurting, and I'm like, oh no, this could be potentially bad. I think I could maybe wait it out, but there's so much traffic on the Cross Bronx, and it's like not great areas driving through, and I'm starting to go like, hey, like, can we stop? Can we stop? And my mom, I'm sorry? Like Northern Jersey, Morris County. From
Long Island. At least eat the mic if you're gonna. Demore just New York thoroughfare bullying him. He's like, you took the Bronx from the tunnel of the Lincoln.
It's like a Saturday.
It's just like
it's like a Saturday
I
night.
can hold it that far to more.
Well, but I was a kid. I felt like I could. I just felt like, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom soon.
Just know that's a
you guys took
long
Fountain
way.
after 4.
What?
Nothing.
That's an LA version.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so we're driving, and I'm like, okay, I think I might have to go to the bathroom. Can we stop somewhere soon? And my dad and my mom are going, look, we're stuck in traffic, and this is not a great area to stop anywhere. It's late at night already. We don't know what's going to be open. Just try to hold it. You'll be fine. And I was like, okay, I'm holding it. We keep going. We're getting closer to like the George Washington Bridge, which takes you from New York to New Jersey.
And now are your siblings there tuned in? Are they merciful? Are they going like, poor Levy? Or are they like, hey, buddy?
No. I mean, I'm not yet complaining to the point where it's a problem. I'm just going.
You've cleared your throat at this point.
Yeah, I'm voicing what's happening a little bit. Just like, hey, just a heads up.
Well, there was a conversation, though, where they said, could you hold it? And they knew it wasn't number 1. They knew it was number 2.
Yeah. I was like, look, I really got to go.
So then your siblings aren't like, there's a kid in the car that needs to take a shit
I'm not
so
proud
bad.
I'm not. I mean, it didn't hit that point yet. It didn't hit like.
Maybe it's a loving family. Maybe it's a loving family.
So we're getting closer to the bridge, and then it starts to really hit me, and I'm like sweating, and I'm like, okay, this is. We have to stop. We have to stop somewhere, and we're just stuck in traffic, and we're about to hit the George Washington Bridge, and there's nowhere to stop.
And George Washington famously, I do feel this is important. I don't want to Sorkin you.
Yeah.
George Washington cannot tell a lie.
Yeah.
Continue.
Didn't he cross some water?
He crossed the Delaware.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. And my mom's like, everything's going to be okay. You're okay. Don't worry. I'm so sorry. It's going to be okay. And my dad's like, you got to make it. Give us like 10, 15 minutes.
Wait, is your mom saying if you shit your pants, it's cool? And your dad's like, you can make it? Or are they both just...
No, they're just trying to be
He's saying hold
comforting.
the line.
Right.
Yeah, my dad's like, you got it. Like,
He's like,
just
you
hold
got
it.
this, soldier.
We're almost over the bridge and we could stop.
Are you rocking back and forth?
Yeah, I'm... Like I could feel it, just like ready to burst, like and my stomach is killing me, and I'm rocking, and I'm sweating.
You're crowning.
I unbuckled my seatbelt.
There's no crown. It's just.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. My mom gives me. She goes. She's like, here's a plastic bag just in case you need to. And I was like, what? And it's like this. It's like a
sandwich bag.
Smaller. It's like a medium size, like. Marshall's bag, that the clothing
like
store.
It's got plastic handles,
T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, it's got the plastic handles.
Well, that's kind of actually okay.
That's better than like a Ziploc.
I get this as an option.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, like I can't.
Because you could theoretically.
And then so I put the plastic bag under me, and it was dark. It's night out, so I can't see.
Are people teasing you at this point? Or are they
No, they're all like, God, we hope he fucking makes it because this is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, no one wants to. Yeah, everyone's on your team now.
Yeah.
Your brother wasn't laughing his ass off?
No, he was like, Jesus, this is so embarrassing for him.
Oh, my God.
What I'm looking for is there's an older brother earlier who's like, ha ha, you have to shit.
No,
and now that
I'm
brother's
the older
like,
brother.
come on, buddy, you can do it.
I'm the older brother. Okay. And so I'm like, I'm so sorry. I can't hold it. And everyone's like, no. And then it's just like,
oh my God.
I pull my pants down. And then I'm like, and then it's just... And then I get the bag.
How old are you?
I was 14.
14.
I was way too old.
This
for
is like 6
happening.
months ago.
Yeah. And
This is 3 months from you moving to LA.
The bag is underneath me, and my mom the entire time is going, "It's okay, it's okay." I start shitting, and it's the worst diarrhea noises you've ever heard in your fucking life.
And Dad just turns up the radio.
She seems to have an invisible touch. She takes control and Sally tears you apart.
And my mom's just going, "It's okay, I'm so sorry, honey. Like, this is the worst. I'm sorry we couldn't stop." And it's just diarrhea flowing out of me, and the worst noises. And I just remember my brother going, "Oh my god, oh my god," and my sister going, "Ew, it smells." She's fucking 5 years old.
Yeah.
Ew, open a window. And my
Open
dad
a
opening
window.
a fucking window.
Well, of course, open a window. Your sister's right.
Yeah.
Like, who thought seal us in?
But it's like freezing winter time. It's like 20
no one
degrees
cares. If George Washington had been watching, he'd be like, "Open all the windows."
So, I mean, this happens. I felt like an eternity. And then finally the pain. But then it's like, you can't sit down back on that seat. Also, like, you have nothing to fucking wipe with.
There's no napkins.
I don't know. Maybe she gave me some tissues.
You're just holding a bag full of diarrhea up against your butt for the rest of the ride.
It was explosive. I have no idea, like, what happened.
And there's no spots on the bridge to just pull over.
No.
You're
trapped. You're trapped. And I'm just hovering over, and then we finally get over the George Washington Bridge, and my dad gets off, and he makes a right, and we get to this KFC to assess the damage, and we turn on the lights, and it's just I maybe got, like, if I was lucky, 60% in the bag. Oh! And not only that, but and it was all over my boxers and everything. I just remember my dad taking the bag out of the car with my boxers and just throwing it in a dumpster behind KFC. And we just drove home silently.
I only just wanted to be at the Nordstrom's that the bag came from.
The Marshalls. So yeah, and we get home, and my mom is just like, I'm so sorry that happened. And she's like, "Why don't you go upstairs and just, like, clean off and, like, go lie in bed?" And she cleaned the back seat of the car because I missed so much of the bag.
What a sweet.
And it was traumatizing, and my family will never forget that it happened.
But they all laugh at it. You're
every
the
once in a
older
while
brother.
we'll bring it
so you
back
don't
in.
have any older siblings? You're the
No,
oldest?
I'm the oldest.
So
Yeah.
Jordan's
2 years younger than me, yeah.
Wow.
And my sister's 9 years younger than me. So I'm like...
And it's just the three. But so now everybody remembers it. Now it's funny. Like, it's not like it causes you pain to remember it, right? Except to the point where you transport back. You're like,
I own that story. It was embarrassing at the time. It's like, you know, you're trying to, like...
I can't believe the little brother wasn't fucking dying.
No, he was just like...
If Jeff Schraub was taking a shit in the back seat, I would have been dying laughing.
Yeah, but not when you started to smell it, though. But that's his little sister. She's like, "It stinks." She's like, "I get it now. There's consequences."
I mean, like, if I could do...
And then someone's like, roll down a window. Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Your family sucks. Just kidding.
I love my grandparents. I call them once a week. I talk to my mom every day.
All right, ass face.
But also my dad.
You know what?
died,
Also, you shit in bags.
Why couldn't they just stop dead on the bridge?
No, the tunnels. There's nowhere to stop. Yeah.
No, you stop.
It's the bridge. But
then throw the bag of diarrhea out into the bridge.
Yeah,
that's awful, right?
Like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer?
I mean, you stop on the bridge, and then you get out, and then you shit outside of your upholstered car.
With all the cars,
With just cars.
slowly
What are they gonna
passing
do?
by. Dude, I don't think it's legal for me to diarrhea on the George Washington Bridge.
I don't think there's
Imagine the cars going 10 miles an hour. You're imagining
It's also 20 degrees.
a
It's probably
going
going
to
to freeze.
Well,
as
if
soon
they
as
were
it
at
hits
all
air.
stopped, it just
They're
seems.
not. Well, they're not at all stopped. It's a big long bridge, and imagine them going like the speed of a.
But I feel like there's stops and starts, with traffic, and it just seems like if you're stopping at all, then you just stop and be like, it's going to take a minute instead of 10 seconds.
Hey,
I think
if
there were any other option than him shitting in a bag in the back seat, I think they would have taken that option.
I don't think they took it seriously, and that's why the situation unfolded the way it did. I think there were options on the table that were not fully explored.
The options were to pull off in the Bronx and, like, try to find a
No, you just stop.
Well, that you should have done.
Well, no,
once you're on the bridge, you tried to make it onto the bridge. You've got our sympathies once you're on the bridge.
If you pull off,
right? Don't tell us you weren't willing to take a shit in the Bronx, or you become the villain.
No, I was willing, but it was late. It was like 10 o'clock at night. So where do you? They don't know, and it's like.
Well, then the answer's anywhere.
They could not pull over in the Bronx because Judgment Night was still in theaters.
Dennis Leary would still come for you
on your ass.
But no, I mean, I'm just saying, as much as it might be the case, like a bridge, everyone's like, I get it, the bridge. Spencer is fascinating me because he's picturing the bridge in a very nuanced way.
Well,
he's
the
like,
thing
look,
about
it's a
cars,
bridge.
the thing about a car in front of you is it's an impassable obstacle. You can't drive through a car because it's not obeying traffic laws. You simply have to stop. So if they had to shit that bad so that you stopped your car in the middle of traffic, the cars behind you would stop. It wouldn't instantly cause a car wreck.
At any age, 14 years old till now, would rather shit in the car with my family than get out and shit in front of a bunch in New York.
I also still think you're picturing bumper to bumper or like stop and start traffic. It's like there's a medium split there where it's like, look, it's like a conveyor belt. You're not gonna let your kid go out. It's like
couldn't you just sat on the edge of
you're moving across a big long bridge
and get a newspaper and just kind of find a way to.
I wasn't that confident.
That's my fourth line item.
You're saying this was a town and country minivan, right? Yeah. Sliding door? Couldn't you just hang it out the side?
Like you're painting the yellow line on the...
See, if we were your family, this would be
like you'd shot in the first big line.
If your family had been Spencer's, they would have like said, "Look, we're going to stop the car."
We got oxygen.
The kid goes out, takes a shit in the snow on the side of the George Washington Bridge, and people who honk, like the Spencer in the front, like goes back and goes like, "Look, the kid is having diarrhea. Would you rather him have it in my car?" And then they keep honking. And the dad goes, "Keep honking, it won't make his diarrhea."
Right, exactly. This is exactly what I expect to be happening.
Huh.
And everyone's fine.
And then the upside of that is that the kid gets back in the car and he's like, "My dad fucking loves me.
I mean,
he's got my back. Against society."
Either way, I was going to diarrhea. It's just how much were we going to put out everybody else?
Car?
Yeah.
Do we take on that burden ourselves or share it with the rest of the George Washington
New
Bridge?
York, Spencer. Surely you understand, like,
right? People are shitting everywhere already.
No, the New York it's got a schedule. New York, you got the uptown, you got the midtown.
No, but that's the thing. He gets out, and then people are like honk, 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 and he's like, "I'm shitting over here," right?
Well, that's
I'm shitting here.
But you guys are referring to a man who didn't stop. He said, "I'm walking here." That means I'm getting out of your way here. Right. I'm almost through. You can't say I'm shitting here. That means I'm staying here. If Dustin Hoffman's line in Midnight Cowboy had been, "I'm standing here," that movie would have ended 20 minutes into it.
Would have been better.
Well, yeah, I've never seen it, but I understand it to be pretty boring. Isn't it just two guys like running around doing drugs and sleeping with people?
Apparently that was improvised. The car that pulls up was not supposed to be in the shot.
Oh.
And he actually riffed that line.
Oh, wow. Well, that makes it good.
He was walking there.
He was walking there.
But the guy in the backseat of that car was taking a giant poop. Is that why you're Diarrhea Junior? In our pathway?
Yeah, I mean, could be. Maybe
not
that's
intentionally,
the origin.
but yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like an origin story.
All right. Well, we definitely we don't have to play D&D anymore.
That was D&D, I think.
I like
did the whole
D&D,
podcast.
Though.
We bookended this Harmontown with prostate massage and poop stories. So.
All I wanted to talk about was the prostate thing. I feel like, as usual, I found out who my real friends are.
I like your hair and your beard, Harmon. It's looking good. You're looking more and more like a combination of several of the captains on Deadliest Catch.
I'm not going to let that make me trust you. I like the sound of it.
You remind me of...
You look like you might go into the Bering Sea and
The Bering Sea gives up its gold. You mean crab? Jesus Christ. How many ways are you going to trick me to think the show isn't boring? Fucking A. All right, there's more crab coming out. The Bering Sea gives up its gold. Crab, you mean. Say crab. Police their language, won't you?
I don't watch the show.
I watched an episode in the hotel. I don't watch a lot of hotel TVs. I watched an episode of Wicked Tuna, and one of the boats, they're all from Massachusetts, one of the tuna boats is called Wicked Pissa.
Oh, but Jeff, you want to promote, you don't want to promote, but I want to check out this like Forged in Fire reality show.
Forged in Fire?
Yeah.
Fucking
Forged in Fire.
And Church and I made Church watch some. Church, are you still out there?
No.
Forged in Fire is good fun. It's a bunch of dudes that are all clearly like kind of
Blade respecters,
spectrum-y nerds who like probably cosplay or they're not good around people, and they have a forge and they have to make historical weapons, and it's great.
It's a testament to our society that we are murdering so many people per minute that you can now, unlike in the 80s when Dungeons and Dragons was of concern to parents because it simulated the idea of edged weapons, you can now have a reality show on TLC or whatever that's like, yes, this axe, which I recommend you kids at home try making, because if you do, you'll only be able to kill one person per police taser.
It's like Chopped. The show is like Chopped, but hilariously, Chopped. The name Chopped was already taken, so they can't go, sorry, like one of your blades is not up to snuff. You've been chopped. That would be perfect.
Right.
They've already took that for a cooking show. So they go, your blade did not make the cut. But the whole point, anyone wants to be on that show is so Doug Makeda, the Asian-ish martial artist, edged weapon master, will do a kill test on a ballistics dummy with fake ribs and blue gel organs. And he'll just take a Viking battle axe and kill a fake person or chop a hog in half. And they go, your blade will kill.
That's the best. That's part. The you're fired of your blade. Kill. And you actually want to hear it because, God, I mean, we would love right now for our entire society to be just like, if we could right now, in exchange for everything else, we would give every child at birth a double-headed battle axe.
Cliffhanger! Thank you for coming, everybody. Or just, you didn't come, you just fucking sat there. We have no audience. Let's give it up for Steve Levy, Demorge Brown, Rob Schraub, Spencer Crittenden.
Thank you.
Also, as always, Church, Chris, Sarah, Noah, Zach, Kevin, Spencer Crittenden, your game master that we didn't even play a game with, but he just also lends a mastery to everything that we do.
Dan.
Check your prostate and send us prostate stories.
Yeah, everybody go put something up your butt tonight, and if you love somebody, get it right up in there and rub it around, and go to
we just want more data.
Use lots
Go to
of
harmontown.com/buttfun and send us your stories. I'm your comptroller, Jeff Davis, your mayor, Dan Harmon. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching.
Water-based.
Drive fast, take chances.
Water-based lubricants.
Put it in your booty. Put it in your butt. Put it in your booty.
Did you get any of that?
It's a good show.